Shaba Kush here again. Wanted to show you guys the finished product here. This pottery that I showed on the first video. I was always told you couldn't combine micaceous clay and shale clay together, and I said, watch me. Came up with this little nest here that I created. The bird sitting on top. Has rain, mountains, and raindrops and lightning on there. It's all waterproof as well. There's also some of the other pieces that I do here. There's a seed pot. And seed pots actually were storage vessels long ago. Our ancestors, of course, would make them a lot larger, and you would put your seeds in there. And it helped to dry them out, and take care of them before you kept them in a cool, dark place. So when planting season came, they would actually crack the pot open. And the symbolism of breaking the pot is a prayer for rain. It's a cloudburst. The designs that you see on some of these here, the rabbit is a symbol of prosperity. You have the fish, which is a symbol of new life, with the dragonflies, which represent transformation of life. A lot of the designs that I use are designs that come to my mind. I really have no distinct or set patterns in what I do. I let the piece tell me what it wants to do. And it's been an awesome adventure with my work. It's taken us to a lot of places, and being a part of this new community and showing you all what we do. Wow. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the wonderful comments. Thank you for encouraging us to share our pieces, to share our work. Thank you for all those who are purchasing and making those kind donations to help these growers out here. Me and Uncle Madness have a really humble garden. Takes care of our needs here personally. Helps others in the community who need the medicine and sometimes can't afford it. We cut them some slack and do some good trading with them. My pottery is also for trade too. I use a lot of RSO for my epilepsy is what I have, and there's days when sometimes Shaba Kush can't get out of bed, and that RSO under the 10, wow, it's done wonders, and it's amazing. So I've never experienced such relief from pain. And I'm smoking here now, smoking on some stuff that Uncle Madness left me. He's off helping a friend take care of some truck problems he was having, helping him replace a fuel pump. Try to help our community as much as we can. There ain't a lot of people out there who help one another anymore. And that's why I would like to say thank you to you guys out there for all your kind words and just being a part of who you are for everybody out there. And I'm pretty sure Pilgo and Dopey remember this rock here. This came from them. This was a rock that Uncle Madness found out there, and they're nice little pick of stones we could take because we're bad rock hounds and we love them. But this is what I do with this type of stone. This is a raw piece of clay that's dried and hardened. I put a white burnish polish on there to kind of lighten up the clay so that the designs will be more distinct. But we take these stones here and we just keep polishing them. And it creates an awesome polish onto the piece so that the paint that I use will adhere to the piece. And it's awesome because I like the size and it fits in my hand. So I think I might ask Uncle Madness if I can have it. It's really nice. And thank you. It's a wonderful gift. All the stones that you've given to us. we've put into our gardens, and I'll show you a couple pictures of them resting in there and protecting our flowers and our buds. And we just came across some awesome seeds from a friend of ours that we're anxious to put into the ground. Watching that gelato grow, Dopey, thank you. It's beautiful. We just can't wait, and the inspiration from everybody. Wow. It's a wonderful feeling to be a part of this community. We're pretty tight knit and getting to know a lot of people, a lot of friends, going to visit other people in their gardens, getting ideas, trading genetics. For some of us small-time growers out there, it's an inspiration. It helps us. It gets us through the day to be able to know, wow, I'm doing something right. Or, cool, I gave them some good advice, we take it to heart, and for some reason, us stoners here, we kind of all stick together, and it's a wonderful community. But this is what I do with this stone here. Polishes up, see, I can see it gave it a kind of a shine. And then I take my little amethyst rock and kind of fill in where some of the bigger piece might have left some open spaces. And just put a little bit of pressure on there and just keep polishing and polishing until it gets really, really, really shiny. As you can see right here, it gets shinier and shinier as I go. So after I burnish that, I take the piece. Let's take a hit first. Listening to some Bob. I love Bob Marley. Stephen Marley, Damian Marley, all the Marleys, Rita Marley. That was music. It came with heart. If I'm not listening and watching my Bob Marley videos, I'm watching Weeds with Nancy Botwin and Silas. And always liked that show. I have all the seasons, so I can have a weed marathon anytime I want. Smoking weed. Okay, I think I got some good hits. And so this pot here told me you might have wanted a lizard on it. So this is kind of the basic lizard pattern that we have here. Lizards here are a representation of good luck. I was also told of a pretty cool story that I'll tell you. And the lizard was known as the Dream Keeper. And in that particular story, there was a coyote, there was a fox, and there was a lizard. So imagine them all around, chilling around the fire out there. Probably smoking a good bowl. Haha. And they're all exchanging stories about what all the wonderful dreams they were having. The coyote was chasing a rabbit and had a wonderful meal. The fox was chasing a butterfly through the mountains and seeing all the beautiful land out there. Well, they were getting tired because they were telling all their stories. So here comes the coyote, telling them even more stories. So here's the lizard sitting on the background, sitting on a rock, chilling, taking in all the stories. And he realizes, I don't really dream. It's not fair. I don't like it. So he decides to wake them up every time they went to sleep. Well, after a while, it kind of pisses you off. People keep waking you up when you're trying to rest. Everybody knows that feeling. Well, Mr. Lizard here, he heard the old coyote over there snoring away and said, hey, ran over there, ran all over him, real squiggly like, ran all over him, waking him up. So the coyote got upset with him and picked him up. What are you doing, lizard? And he threw him. So he was furious with him. He threw him and he landed on top of a pottery bowl. And he goes, you want to see the world? There, you will be the keeper of dreams. You will be painted upon the most beautiful pottery that will travel the world. You will see things that not everybody will see. because we're here in the forest. But you, Mr. Lizard, you get to run around the earth. You will be called Dreamkeeper. And that's how the lizard got his name. It was a story that I was told by one of my friends who loved telling stories and sharing some of the older designs with me. I'm very fortunate that I got to spend that time with her because I learned a lot of old patterns. I learned how to be comfortable with my brushes, and I learned how to talk to my clay and talk to my paints. And you know, they all have a meaning, they all have a life, and you know, that's what a lot of us forget about. You know, all these little morals, these little stories we laugh at now, and our kids have no clue about. My son the other day didn't even know who Popeye was, and we had to break out that old cartoons. But it kind of reminds you and gives you an idea of, you know, just how important it is to teach everybody these little life lessons as we go along. And share with them a lot of our knowledge. We have to pass that legacy on. It's just like with growing, you know, we have to pass those genetics on. Can't keep them hoarded or hidden behind bars. It has to be shared so that somebody with each different ideas can create something and keep creating and keep creating and keep creating. And I watch Uncle Madness do that in the room. I watch him chain. I watch the pollen fly. I watch things going through his mind. What if this genetic crosses with this genetic? And then he'll come and he'll ask me, how did it make you feel? Did you feel good? You know, how did your headache go away? You know, sometimes Shabba Kush can't get out of bed, and there's Uncle Madness there with a nice fat bowl for me, and with one of the new creations, and it works. You know, he found a couple of strains that, wow, you know, I can actually, you know, function the whole day and create these, you know, without my back hurting, without my hand cramping up. It's wonderful, you know, and have my friends come over sometimes and sit here and work with me and share bud and share designs and share stories. You know, it's an awesome experience.